One of you wants to stay.
The other is desperate to go.
I can't see us growing up here as a family at all.
I would be quite happy to stay here forever.
I'm on Team Love It because I want to help people to make the most of their existing homes.
It's stunning.
Why didn't you think of this, love?
Meanwhile, I say listing it is the only way to get what you want.
That's lovely.
Yeah, what a view.
That's actually amazing, isn't it?
So far, it's been a hard-fought contest, but I'm still in the lead and Phil's seething. The score? 3 Love It's versus Phil's 2 List It's.
Annoyingly enough, I think Kirstie's upped her game.
And while I'm definitely ready to rumble,
Look at that, that's huge.
Wow. Wow!
we're here to help answer just one question.
Are you going to love it?
Or are you going to list it?
This week, we're in the glorious county of Surrey, surrounded by rolling hills and headed to picturesque Cranleigh. About 70 minutes from central London, it boasts many a claim to fame.
Oh, there is a nicely trimmed bush.
Well, yes, but the locals also say theirs is the largest village in England.
It's not a village.
That's what they claim.
Well, it's daft. It's a town.
It's a village.
It's not a village.
A fish shop.
It's got a bathroom
bathroom
shop.
shop.
Daft. It's a town.
While this debate could go on for days, literally, the argument we're here to settle is between IT consultant Graham Alec and his partner of 11 years, VIP travel agent James Ryan.
I don't really want to leave this house. I want to make this a better house to live in.
I want to go because I think I can get better value for money by selling this and buying something else.
The only solution they can see...
But you're going to be awful lonely in that house on your own.
This is what they're fighting over. A 17th century cottage, which they bought for £340,000. It's packed full of charm, but not a lot of space, especially when it comes to the boys' great love of entertaining. So, since the day they moved in 5 years ago, it's always been James's dream to work on the house.
If we had a larger, open-plan kitchen, then I could still talk and chat and all the ladies would see me cheating at my food.
Their other gripe with period architecture, there's only space for one bathroom.
Graham takes a very long time in the bathroom in the morning. So if he's up first, I'm in trouble.
In fact, rumour has it, Graham spends up to an hour in the smallest room every morning.
The bathroom, only having one bathroom, is really, really getting to us. It's just not workable.
I feel sorry for my neighbours next door because the biggest shout they'll hear from me is, "Get out of the bathroom!"
And while domestic harmony is a compelling reason to renovate, when they began talking seriously about extending, what started as a modest build soon became James's Taj Mahal.
Homemade, of course. Yes, of course. It hadn't actually occurred to me that we could build a big, swanky extension and have bifolding doors and glass ceilings and get my dining table out of the living room, so I got swept away. I absolutely got swept away.
And so, much to Graham's horror, they were looking at a possible spend of £120,000 plus.
I was brought up in the northeast of England, and £120,000 where I come from will buy you a 4-bedroom detached house.
Yes, absolutely.
So while they still need to make the house work for the life they lead, the numbers also need to work.
OK, I expect it to be more expensive because we're in the south of England, but not that much more expensive.
The final straw, if they did spend £120,000, it would only add around £90,000 to the value of the house.
So in my mind, that just makes it a no-brainer to buy a better property.
I think that to find a house that is as good as we have here will be very difficult.
I still do like this property, it just doesn't work for us now.
So we're here to convince them, once and for all, whether to love or list. Besides, I hate to see a couple arguing. This isn't the front door. I'm just saying now, for the record.
Of course it's the front door. It's got a knocker.
No. Hello. Nice to meet you.
I'm Phil.
Hi,
I'm James. Nice to meet you.
This isn't your front door, is it?
No, it isn't our front door.
No.
She's trying to get one up on me before we've even got in the door. I can't believe it.
Yes, there's no room for this door.
No.
While James and Graham go in through the kitchen, originally, Allsop, this was the front door. But using it means tripping over the dining table.
Don't worry, Phil. I'll sort that out.
So, who wants to stay? Who wants to go?
I want to stay, and Graham would quite like to go.
I want to go. I think I can get better value by spending my money on another property rather than overspending on this one and not getting the money back.
I've got the idea that we can have the most fabulous kitchen and downstairs laundry room and bathroom.
So you've been shopping beyond your means for extensions which not only can you not afford, but which the house can't hold in terms of value.
Yes.
James, in order for you to move, what would you want to find?
Ideally, I'd quite like it to be detached. And it needs to be within a reasonable distance of this village.
So, Graham, what do I have to do to persuade you to stay?
If we get a extension that James is happy with, then I don't see any reason then to move.
You're banking on that not being possible?
The figures I've had in front of me from other sources are saying it's not possible.
No, please don't ask him to see a spreadsheet. If it's not on the spreadsheet...
I can't calculate it, it doesn't exist.
You can't put love on a spreadsheet, you can't put emotions on a spreadsheet.
Well, the challenge is cost, I think.
Yeah.
We've got our work cut out here. It's going to be fun.
The challenge is set or the die is cast.
There we go.
Are we mixing metaphors?
Oh, God.
I'm brilliant at mixing metaphors. I rarely get a straight one.
So, this is about finding the right renovation and keeping an eye on the project management. Because at 851 square feet, there's definitely a lack of space, especially in the kitchen.
So this is the door that they used the whole time.
Shut it.
It's not much of a front door straight into this.
Well, it's not much of a ceiling height. They really need...
A new house.
No, it's not that they need a new house. This is obviously way too small, totally impractical, and in this space that we can see through this window, they need another bathroom, a laundry room and a kitchen. Trouble is, James's dream of a wraparound extension about the same size as the patio would mean removing 2 structural walls. Meanwhile, Graham's adamant. The budget is £85,000 tops, so now the pressure's on me. It's got to be practical as well as beautiful.
If you can sort the kitchen out with its utility and bathroom, this is an amazing room.
Yeah, it's all about what you put there, and that's about building as cheaply as possible.
You'll never do it, Allsop. So, I have £650,000 to find a house that actually works. It may sound like a lot, but in some postcodes around here, prices have jumped by around 500% in the last 20 years.
On top of that, they also need to find an eye-watering £34,000 in stamp duty and moving costs. Money much better invested in this house. After all, it's bursting with character. Just look at the view from James's study. Oh, this is sweet. No, I can see why he doesn't want to move.
Yes, but upstairs, poor old Graham has to make do with a glorified cupboard. Mind you, I can well understand why he spends so much time in this room.
Stunning bathroom. That's excellent. Not so sure about the art, but no, each to their own.
Though let's talk about the boys. After setting up our cameras, not only did we discover Graham really does need up to an hour a day in the bathroom, he also spends more than a third of his free time in his study.
It's tiny.
Well, there's nothing you can do about it. They can't afford a double-storey extension.
Yeah, he does want a nice office.
No, well, he's not going to get one.
He's not, is he?
No, he's not. Not on the budget. So perhaps it's time to share my golden rule of renovating. Cut your coat according to your cloth. The key is not to look at this house and think what would be nice. The The key is to look at this house and think what would be affordable. We know the 3 things you want. A large, eat-in, hospitable, welcoming kitchen.
Yep.
You want a laundry room and a wet room, as long as it's somewhere you
Not a wet room.
No.
I will not accept
no, he
water
won't. Oh,
everywhere.
no.
Water on the toilet seat and stuff.
No.
Is like, no.
Well, no, I can
It's
do
got-
one without water on the toilet seat. It can have a shower, it can have a divide.
Yeah.
Trust me, if anyone can improve upon 17th century architecture, it's yours truly. For me, this seems like an easy ride.
Yeah.
I don't think Kirstie quite realises
Well,
how
see-
difficult her job is going to be.
They've spent many, many years trying to get this
Yeah.
right.
I don't think, that is the point.
Yeah.
We've done a lot of work already for Kirstie in terms of we've got plans, we've got spreadsheets.
From my end, Search in Cranleigh is a very small area, and they want quite a lot.
I sniff picky.
And on this, Kirstie's most definitely an expert. In Cranleigh, VIP travel agent James and his partner Graham, an IT consultant, are trying to juggle champagne tastes on a Prosecco budget.
See, I like that.
£2,500 for a new table. No, not that one. We're not getting that one.
Look at the concept of it rather than that particular one.
Yes, I know.
Oh, love it.
But I say good design doesn't have to be expensive. There is that much more ceiling height available.
Meanwhile, I say, to get everything they want, they need to move. So I'm going to show them a series of dream homes.
I'm determined to crack it for them. There's no time like the present.
While James and Graham have a healthy £650,000 to spend, here in one of Britain's most expensive counties, that's a tight budget.
So what have we got? We've got 2 bathrooms, 2 offices, character, entertaining space. Anything else?
Within budget and within Cranleigh.
Do you reckon I can pull it off?
If anyone can, you can.
Do you have a favourite part of Cranleigh?
Anything on your left-hand side.
The common.
The common, right here.
Well, in that case, may I present the location of property number 1, Cranleigh Common.
This is absolutely perfect. No, this doesn't happen very often, but I'm excited.
Hear that, Graham? Team List It is off to a great start. The perfect location and, of course, the perfect house.
The old chapel.
Yeah.
It's fabulous.
It's quirky.
Oh, it's fabulous. Oh, no, this is great.
Sounds like James is already a convert.
Split level.
Oh, look at this.
Nice high ceilings.
What's more, this 3-bedroom, fully renovated home offers the boys something they're desperate for, the room to entertain. There's even a massive conservatory.
We can wave our hands up.
Oh, we can dance with our hands in the air now. Oh, this is fabulous, isn't it? I love it.
And it's not even on the market yet, with a guide price of £695,000. Yes, that's slightly over budget, but I'm told the owners are open to offers.
Have a wander around and just see if it delivers more. You know, if it costs more, it's going to need to deliver more.
Yes.
Yep.
While the old chapel is big on reception space,
Oh, this is interesting, isn't it?
Yes.
the challenge is how to reconfigure the bedrooms to fit the boys' needs, as here their budget doesn't quite stretch to 2 bedrooms and 2 studies.
A reasonable size. It's got some big wardrobes.
It's got some big
on the other
wardrobes in it.
side.
It's got doors out into the garden, which is pleasant.
Yeah.
Unless they're happy for the mezzanine floor to multitask.
See, and then this could be my office.
Well, that is actually the way that I had thought.
Yes.
That is an ensuite shower room.
Okay.
So this would need to be office stroke guest bedroom.
I'm not sure it works for us.
No.
It's a beautiful property. I love the thought of it. I like the way it's styled. I like the spaciousness.
I love the
location. But the downsides of really it's a very spacious, 1-bedroomed property.
One thing I would say is that this house is bigger than your house, even after you've done the extension.
Okay. No, it's a really good first option.
Lots to think about.
And as the saying goes, things can only get better.
Trouble is, they're only going to get better if they're both prepared to compromise. After all, with a population of just 12,000 people, Cranleigh is a very small market.
I'm sensing trouble ahead with these two. I really don't think they know whether they're coming or going yet. James, who is the one that wants to stay, seems now to be the one that's keener to move.
I mean, it works. We could make it work if we weren't being so fussy about things, or if our list of requirements wasn't so high.
What I am pleased with is that I've been able to show them something that's got the ball rolling in terms of their own discussions about what they would like and what they must have, and I think there is a difference, but at the moment their thoughts are just a little bit jumbled.
Well, if you ask me, James and Graham are in a very lucky position indeed. Even though parts of this house date back to the 17th century, it isn't listed. And the plot size means extending won't compromise the setting either.
The only problem here is that someone wasn't cutting their cloth to fit their purse.
But how do I get James to fall back in love with the house without spending more than it can ever be worth?
Now, this is all possible within your £85,000 budget. It really is.
Really?
It's really, really, really. If you go nuts on anything, it won't be possible.
While James wanted to remove both of these structural walls and build a wraparound extension, I'm saving money by working with the original layout rather than against it. My design means extending only at the very back of the house in order to create a brand new kitchen diner. Then we can transform the existing kitchen into a connecting hallway, walk-through laundry, and of course solve the bathroom crisis with a separate shower room. But will it be enough to impress you-know-who?
I do like this idea, and I do like the plans.
You've got to be honest with me.
So the roof on this extension here is just going to be a bulk standard roof.
Yes, it'd be a flat roof.
Why can't I have some sort of natural light coming through the ceiling?
You know the answer to that question.
Money.
Money.
Graham?
If this can be done within budget, because we're cutting costs in some of the areas that are not essential, then I think that's a wise way to spend money.
I'm a one for grandeur and glitter wherever I can lay my hands on it. Trust me on that one. But this is to budget, and this will add more than you spend on it to the value of the house. I can guarantee that.
If you're never, ever, ever going to sell, then by all means ignore ceiling value. But it's always worth factoring in before renovating. Look at neighbouring houses sold in your postcode online, or talk to estate agents. While I'm singing from Graham's hymn book, James, on the other hand...
I'm not 100% convinced that it will give me the wow factor in the kind of kitchen area.
Which is why, 5 weeks later, there's not a builder or even a paint chart in sight. Instead, Graham's juggling the numbers on his spreadsheet, yet again. And downstairs, James is plotting how to get his wraparound extension.
OK, the plans are still coming in over budget. 106, 120, 108, 107.
And all for the sake of a slightly bigger dining room.
Graham, it's Kirstie.
Time for yours truly to intervene.
It seems to me that the ceiling is not going up that much physically, and the price is going up a lot.
While Graham's still considering and costing my scaled-back design, there's just one problem.
I haven't really discussed it with Jez, but I know he's not happy about it.
I have tried lots of times to convince Graham to look at my point of view and to spend the extra money, but I can't force him to see my point of view. He can't force me to see his point of view.
I get that with Phil. But after much debate, the building is underway. Though those foundations definitely aren't the ones I had drawn up.
Oh, this is super exciting. I can actually physically see it starting now, and it's brilliant.
As for the budget, it's now hit £95,000, £10,000 more than I'd hoped to spend.
The kitchen goes there, and as you walk in through there, that'll be the utility room that will then lead on into the downstairs shower room.
And James is also adding skylights and some other costly additions.
There'll be 3 bifold doors going that way. There's going to be an archway here, and then there'll be another 3 bifold doors going along to, I think, to about here, and then another set of French doors there.
Thankfully, the build incorporates my ideas, and at £95,000 is not as over budget as James's previous fantasies. Happy to help.
It's just amazing, absolutely amazing.
Maybe so, James, but is it enough to convince Graham to fall back in love with the house?
And how are things at home? How are the spreadsheets looking?
Yeah, the spreadsheets are still there. They're being updated.
Are they? Yeah. Constantly?
Yeah.
As for the search for a new house, I want to push a few boundaries. Because the further out from Cranleigh James and Graham go, the more of their wish list they'll achieve.
I would quite like to stay in Surrey.
Surrey is preferable.
Any particular reasons?
Because he's a postcode snob.
Yeah.
Oh, really?
There you go.
There's plenty of them around.
Don't worry, James, we're only going down the road to the rural village of Holmbury St Mary.
So what did that take, 15 minutes from Cranleigh? Something like that?
Yeah.
Heart of the Surrey Hills.
There's lots of beautiful walks around here as well, which is good.
Yeah. For the dogs that we don't have.
Dogs that we don't have.
But it's about the space in the house.
And believe me, in this detached character home, James and Graham will find everything they're looking for.
I loved it because of its layout. It's quirky, it's original, it's full of personality and interest. And it's in budget. Most importantly, that gets a big smile off Graham.
As promised, going rural means my house hunters can have off-street parking, their own garage, even a large garden, and still be bang on budget at £650,000.
Stable door. Stable door. Love a stable door.
As well as 2 very generous reception rooms, we also have 4 bedrooms. And as for James always being in the kitchen at parties, well, get me, I've got that sorted too.
Oh, there's a hatch, Graham.
Yeah. So you don't feel left out when you're in the kitchen.
You're spot on!
Absolutely. I don't feel left out.
You've got a massive dining room.
Yeah.
I mean, this is 4 times the size of your extension. It's a very social space.
Yeah, and they're higher than in our
It's high
place.
enough for you.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, it's pleasant, very pleasant.
There's a few smiles.
This is good.
And there's so much more this house has to offer. Like a massive drawing room with a triple aspect.
It's a very good size.
It is a nice size.
Actually, it's quite big.
A separate utility room.
Ah, look.
Ooh.
Quirky.
Yeah.
And, wait for it,
This is guest bedroom with ensuite.
Oh.
Right. So it's a really defined guest space.
Yeah.
What it does mean is upstairs is all yours. So that's 2 offices, 1 bathroom, master bedroom.
Yeah, that works.
exactly. But despite James's obvious enthusiasm...
Oh, wow. Oh.
Oh, OK, so this is a much bigger space.
I'm starting to worry about Graham.
Again, cupboards. There's no walls to put cupboards in.
As despite being firmly on team listed, he's the one who doesn't seem excited.
It's a big house. No two ways about it. There's a lot of space. So there's lots of things that don't seem to work.
Oh dear. Perhaps we need to have a little chat.
This is pleasant, a nice deck.
James, Graham, I'm up here. Come join us. I told you I'd bring you to the Surrey Hills.
Because with every box on the boys' wish list now ticked, and such a massive house, I was almost expecting a round of applause.
You know that house is twice the size of your house?
Yes, I'm very pleased that we saw it.
See, I'm the opposite. It's like, if you can get twice the space, then I don't want twice the space. Half as much again would be good enough. So if I can get that for 600, then, like, we're a quid's in.
Put it on the spreadsheet.
Back to the bloody spreadsheets. I'm struggling here, I really am, because it feels like I'm having to convince Graham, and yet he's the one that supposedly wants to move. What makes it even stranger is it sounds like Kirstie's got exactly the same situation in reverse, where she's trying to convince James of the right extension, and he's the one that wants to stay. The world's gone completely mad.
It's 110% important to get this right, because we will never, ever spend this kind of money again. Because this doorway is coming out.
In Cranleigh, James and his partner Graham have argued over their period property for 5 long years.
I'm just not convinced that we can do what we would like to do with the budget that we have.
Now the build is finally underway, has harmony been restored to the Surrey hills.
Still loving it.
But while Kirstie's struggling to curb their expensive tastes...
Why can't I have some sort of natural light coming through the ceiling?
You know the answer to that question.
Money.
I'm having slightly more success.
It's fabulous.
It's quirky.
Oh, it's fabulous.
Showing these two the only way to go is selling up and moving on.
Now, 3 weeks into their build, Graham's infamous spreadsheet has had yet another revision, taking the budget from my figure of £85,000 to £95,000, and it's still climbing. But there's no denying the massive transformation their wraparound extension will make to this house.
There's nothing I like more than coming up with a money-saving option and then being completely ignored. But I have to say, they've got cracking. So this is where they'll have bifolding doors. And then this was the section that I thought should be outside so that the kitchen extension came out here. But it's a big space and it does mean they'll have a bigger laundry room. So we will see.
I'll just have to find these two a few cost-cutting measures in other areas. Wish me luck.
Hello, Kirstie.
Oh, look at you two.
Choosing tiles.
Trying to be super organised.
It's really good to get ahead. People have no idea when they complain about work being delayed and builders not doing things on time, how much they delay the builders by not being ready.
And I do have the list upstairs of all the things we need to decide on, from the tiles to the doors to everything.
What's the one that is causing you most difficulty at the moment?
It comes back to the kitchen again, because it's quite a small kitchen, and I wanted something that was a little bit different, something that was a little bit more unique.
In the look of it?
In the look of it, yeah.
Looking to spend $15,000-ish, James and Graham have already been to see a kitchen designer.
So you're going to have a breakfast bar as well as a table?
Yes.
Though, surprise, surprise, the spreadsheet is once again under threat.
We had a bit of an issue with the extractor fan, so we kind of ended up choosing this one, but it's an awful lot of money. I mean, it's an awful lot of money.
How much is it?
It's like £1,600.
How on earth?
But it looks fabulous in the kitchen.
There was a time before extractor fans.
When all you did was open the window.
Well, you just opened the window.
Right, I'm going to do my damnedest to save them some money, and the kitchen seems a good place to start. If he could skip in there, he would.
Absolutely, I would, absolutely.
And much to Graham's alarm, James is skipping to the most expensive gadgets in the shop.
Oh, yes, you see, I know.
But he's not alone. Us Brits spend $897 million on kitchen gadgets.
You don't need one.
And almost a third of us say a design that coordinates with other appliances is what's important.
Look, I think this is fabulous. I don't think...
That is brilliant.
I just think it's crazy.
For many, overspending on the kitchen just isn't an option. But you can still get a unique look without going bespoke. Instead, you could combine a flat-pack kitchen with recycled handles and tapware. Or why not think outside the box when it comes to the splashback, such as a blackboard or scrap metal. As for the countertops,
We've got so much choice, almost dauntingly so. But the number one thing has to be cost, and the second thing has to be practicality.
for the very tidy amongst us, open shelving as opposed to wall cupboards is another great way to save money. Though below the hob, believe me, there is only one choice.
Pan drawers are not correctly named. They should be called fantastic, no more need for cupboard drawers. I am a huge advocate of pan drawers, in case you'd missed that fact.
As for the appliances, it's often cheaper to source them yourself. But if you're going through a designer like Jamie here...
Hi there. How you doing?
Hi.
Yeah, see you.
Hi.
How you doing?
It's crucial to ask, is this something I really need? Especially when it's a £1,600 extractor fan.
It's a lot of money to pay for something that's used 3 times a day.
Not that it's not a beautiful extractor fan. It is, and it looks fantastic, and it's very sculptural and everything else. But it would be a good idea not to have it.
But it makes perfect sense.
Makes perfect sense, yes.
I would be all in favour of giving up the extractor fan. We're always careful with our money.
Well, I'm not sure that there's we. Graham is careful with your money.
And I try.
And you try, which is good.
I try.
God loves a trier.
Yes, yes, yes.
Finally, that's a win for Graham's battered spreadsheet and domestic bliss.
Because Lord knows we need to do something to bring the budget down.
At this rate, there'll be no money left to move. And that would be a shame, as I'm confident this last house will have James and Graham making an offer on the spot.
You'll be much comforted to know the house that I've got lined up today is back in Cranleigh.
Hurrah! I kind of knew you wouldn't let us down, Phil.
I wouldn't let you down.
Having realised even 15 minutes out from their favourite village is too far, I've found them a house about 500 yards from their front door.
Yeah. I'm excited to see this house.
What's more, it really does tick every one of their many, many boxes.
So you know, you kept the best to last this time, didn't you?
Well, I might have
a house on Wisteria Lane. That's what this road is known as in the village.
Should we go and get a cup of tea or go back to yours?
No, I want to go inside.
Well, that's our postcode snob already sold. And this rather desirable Cranleigh address also boasts 2 large reception rooms, ideal for entertaining. 3 bedrooms, plus a home office. In other words, a study each, just as requested. And the all-important 2 bathrooms. But the good news doesn't even end there. At a guide price of £525,000, this house is an unbelievable 125 grand under budget. But I'm saving that little treat for the big finale.
I'm already putting furniture in.
So says the man that wants to stay. Now, how about the man that wants to go, Chris?
If I can persuade him to go, then that's it. That's job done.
It's probably not as quirky as yours, but it's a lot bigger.
Really?
It's 28% bigger than your extended version.
OK, does that mean it's 28% more expensive?
We'll get to that.
But first, I want James and Graham to see just how perfect this house really is.
I'd like to show you upstairs next, actually.
OK.
We'll come back to the kitchen.
All right, Phil, you can take us upstairs.
You are.
Spread over 3 levels, not only is this semi-detached home deceptively large, it's also great for guests.
Here we've got family bathroom.
Family bathroom.
2 bedrooms.
2 bedrooms.
And then one more up here.
Wow.
Yes, it's in the master suite I can really put a smile on the boys' faces.
Oh.
With a lovely view.
OK.
And...
ensuite.
And it's ensuite.
OK.
Wow. Yeah, but look, he's got a little twinkle in his eye. He likes it.
I do like it.
Actually, there's a twinkle in both their eyes. And just wait until they see the rest of this house.
And
nice.
It's a big room.
Yeah, nice.
It's a very
size.
big room.
Bit of excitement. They arrive. James says this is one of the best roads in Cranleigh.
Nice-sized office hall.
Perfect size for an office.
Yeah.
I can see that Graham's worried about the price because he doesn't know how much it is yet. But I do. And there's a twinkle in my eye as well.
I think the compromise might be that we might have to share an office.
That's never going to happen. That's never going to happen.
No need to argue, lads. There's a home office on the ground floor as well.
There we are.
It's a bit more interesting, isn't it?
Just a tad.
However, we haven't talked money.
Oh dear, we're back to the dreaded spreadsheet, aren't we?
Any
How many limbs do I have to sell?
any concept of what it might be worth? Ballpark.
750.
Yeah. The price is going to start with a 7.
525,000 would buy this house.
No.
Wow.
Oh dear, that's
Oh
really put the
dear.
cat amongst the pigeons.
Oh dear.
Where do I sign?
Much as I hate to boast, sounds like James and Graham are about to move house.
I'm almost at the point where it's like, right,
I know
check.
you are. I know
It's
you
like,
are. Still walking distance everywhere.
Yeah. You've still got your friends and everything. It's like nothing changes. Just we've got a different house.
A bigger house. That fits all of our criteria and all our budgets, everything we wanted, without breaking us.
Yeah. It really is now a dilemma.
Well, I think it's an early bath for Phil. What I thought was an impossibly long list of requirements, I've absolutely nailed.
Unbelievably, it's been almost 6 months since our first visit to the village of Cranleigh, and in that time I've continually battled travel agent James's champagne tastes.
Look, I think this is fabulous.
You don't need one.
And seen IT consultant Graham's original 85k budget completely blown.
See, I like that.
£2,500 for a new table. No, not that one. We're not getting that
Look
one.
at the concept of it rather than that particular one.
Yes, I know.
Meanwhile, house hunting has been just as challenging. Mind you, we got there in the end.
525,000 would buy this house.
No.
Wow.
Oh dear, that's
Oh
really put the
dear.
cat amongst the pigeons.
Oh dear.
But now the dust has settled, it's time to find out once and for all, are they going to love it?
Or list it.
After last week, I'm not going to be overconfident, but all I can say is, look at that, Phil.
Oh, my word, what have you done? What have you built?
Well, it's not quite the Taj Mahal James had in mind, but yes, it's definitely grown in scale.
Hello, Phil. Hello, Kirstie.
Hello.
Look at
Hello.
Very, very nice to see you, bud.
Oh.
What have you done?
We...
My goodness me.
Yes, it's a little bit...
Wow.
I don't want to say different, but...
Changed.
Yeah.
It's rather cool.
Yeah.
It's the full wraparound.
Slightly enhanced.
When we first met James and Graham, the living room was their only reception space. Meanwhile, the kitchen was tired, pokey, and had a ceiling which practically induced claustrophobia. But now, thanks to a gorgeous 179 square foot extension, they have a stylish kitchen diner that's not only perfect for this couple's love of entertaining, it seamlessly connects to the garden that surrounds it.
My goodness me. Wow.
Oh yes, there's plenty of wow factor. And even when he's cooking, James can be at the very centre of every dinner party.
Oh, Kirstie, look at the oven.
Oh, you got it! Yes!
What?
Yeah.
Because it's quite a compact area.
Yeah.
It just needs so much more sense.
Very cool. I like the TV built in there as well.
And it swings out. It's on an arm. The whole thing.
Is there no end to your spending?
Oh, my word. Look at that.
Yeah, so you can see it from the dining table as well.
What I really like, though, is that I've never seen one of these TVs in a box like that. Usually you just see all of this bit. It's so neat in the box.
And that's not the only luxury James has managed to squeeze out of the budget. But the end result is really rather fabulous.
And I've got to admit that the lantern lights look great.
Fantastic. Aha, I bet that cost a bit.
Yeah. There's a little LED lights
Very
all the way
cool.
around it.
Very cool. Graham, did you have your spreadsheet out at the time?
I did, yes. I kept seeing those figures going up and up and up, and it was like, yeah, OK, let's spend some more money.
We have the saying, blood, sweat and tears. Graham's blood, my tears and the builder's sweat.
I think
As long as there's enough for the new house.
Yeah.
Well, before you put up the for sale sign, Phil, perhaps you'd better take a look at what was the former kitchen. Because despite being, in part, more than 360 years old, this character cottage now boasts a phenomenal amount of storage. And, joy of joys, a hidden utility room.
Look at that.
Very, very
All
neat.
cleaning stuff can go under there. Sink for doing the laundry, the whole thing.
Very neat. Who on earth did you get to design that?
It's true, I do have my moments.
This cupboard is my favourite cupboard. Kirstie, we reused the fridge from the old kitchen.
Wow, it's a
and
drinks
made it
fridge.
the wine fridge.
Wow, look at that.
Yeah.
I've spotted something.
What?
When I was here in your original kitchen, it was full of champagne. And now, because you spent so much money, there's only Prosecco.
Have you seen the other cupboard?
And, my dear Philip, there's more to toast, as this area will soon have the downstairs shower room James and Graham were so desperate for. And as for their total spend, I'm reckoning £100,000.
And the value of their house has increased.
So far, by around £90,000. Perhaps more once they've finished. Not quite a full return on their investment, but not bad, considering all those extras.
You've got this fantastic juxtaposition of the ultra-modern and the 16th century or 17th century cottage. It's lovely. It really is lovely. It looks fantastic. It really does. It's a... Yeah. Let's look at it harshly. Life in the new house, originally when you first thought about it, might have cost 120. I said that I thought you could bring it in for 85, and I was wrong. You couldn't bring it. We couldn't get it that low. What do you think is the end spend?
OK, it's somewhere between 100 and 105. So the extra
So
money
you
has been
could've-
spent on the kitchen.
On the kitchens. Now, I'm a great one for poo-pooing expensive kitchens, but I have to say, this kitchen works.
It is absolutely stunning, but I think it would be useful just to reflect for a moment to the house that you both fell in love with on the spot.
Yeah. That was the best one because it was in the area that we wanted. It had everything that we needed, the bedroom space, the office space, the garden. It was just so perfect for us.
But then it was considerably under budget. It was like
Yes.
100 and something under budget, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Which brings us to the question, are you going to love it?
Or list it.
I'm going to love it. We haven't discussed this. We purposely haven't discussed it with each other. He still wants to move.
No, I'm joking. I'm not. There's no way I could do that now. It's just like,
You're going to stay. You're going to love it. You're going to love it.
Yes.
What's not to love?
It's beautiful.
What's not to love?
Graham, you were at the start of this process. You were pretty set that the time was right to move. Was there a moment that you flipped?
I think looking at the houses with you it really was a journey. And by the time we got to the third one, which we thought was superb, and I was stood in the bedroom at the top of the house, looking out over neighbours and rooftops, and it was like, actually, we don't see that here. To actually get this seclusion, it doesn't come within our budget. And that was the eureka moment.
You know what, Phil? I'm not going to the pub. Let's stay here in this beautiful kitchen.
Well, I'm going to raise a glass to you and your project. Well done.
It's fantastic.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
So at long last, James and Graham have the house they always wanted.
And I couldn't be more happy for these two.
Good, because I actually do want that drink you owe me.
Here you go. Get your laughing gear around that.
It's become a bit of a thing now, Phil. I'm going to get you to order more and more ridiculous drinks every time.
Well, it's a happy story, isn't it? Because they're both delighted.
It's a really happy story.
Yeah.
I'm very happy.
Good.
Are you happy?
If you're happy, I'm happy.
I'm ecstatic.
I'm happy.
Have we even said cheers?
No. We just ploughed into our gin and tonics. Well done. Does a man drink out of a straw? I'm not sure. A blue straw, possibly.
Any men around here?
Ho, ho, ho.